Would you rack up nearly $18,000 in student loan debt for a happiness studies major at an expensive university? Oh, here we go again. For that kind of money, I can just go to a happy hour at a 5-star hotel lounge and study the rich people that come in there drinking expensive shots. What about this? $80,000 for a master's degree in conflict resolution? Really? For a fraction of that cost, I can resolve all your conflicts without all that student loan debt, which will leave me in a perpetual conflict mode, ticked off I wasted all that doggone money. Colleges and universities just host these futile job fairs where when you're a junior or senior, then hand you a bill and say, okay, best wishes, go out there on your job search, bye. We got our money, bye. That's ridiculous. Let's discuss this problem. Hey, my business people, in today's lessons for business and motivation, I want us to stop making career choices that keep our median incomes in last place among all groups. We have the power to turn things around right now. So please, like, share, and subscribe to keep this channel growing and to help us become number one in median incomes. We got to be top dogs in this league. It's like the sports league, basically. If you've been watching my videos in this college major series, you should know by now the answer to that question. I'm going to say something I want you to write down and memorize. If your major is not directly tied to a career that pays above the national median income for all people, not just our people, all people, then you are wasting both your time and your money. I'll repeat. If your major is not directly associated with a career that pays, you deserve the unemployment and poverty that will result. I ain't playing. Sadly, these colleges and universities are walking contradictions because they tell you you can be whatever you want to be on the one hand as long as you pay them. But on the other hand, you're left out in the cold. People, that is a big conflict of interest, which is a major red flag. Don't get defrauded. It is quite the coincidence that as I'm doing this video series during graduation season right now, that I came across a great article yesterday in Business Insider that perfectly says what I've been saying in this series. That in most cases, especially with many master's degree programs and some 4-year degree programs too, they are simply a waste of money and have either no return on your investment or actually cost you more than they're worth in the long run. When it comes to master's degrees, women, sisters out there, but for women in general out there, y'all make up about 60% of the students going to massive student loan debt for master's degrees. Ladies, with all due respect, ask yourselves, are you getting these master's degrees to validate a shortcoming, or are you 100% certain you can make real money than the loan you took out for to get the master's degree? The numbers don't lie, they're out there. And especially for our sisters with the lowest median incomes, your master's degrees are not paying off generally. There are always a few exceptions before somebody out there says, I can make money on my master's degrees. But if you do the math on the return on investment, you will find out that most of you are getting ripped off. You may worship the master's degree. I understand. It's that lambskin. I know. It's a personal accomplishment. But if that lambskin ain't turning into green Benjamins, then what are you doing? You should go into $60,000 of debt to feel good about yourself? Really? You can just pay me $5,000 and I'll come and run your bathwater while tutoring you on whatever STEM skill you like that will easily land you a job paying more than what you paid me for that $5,000. Trust me, I can make it cheaper than that. All right. So let's dive into some quotes from the article. I'm going to switch to reading mode so you can read along with me as I go through most of the article on screen. Then I'll come back on the other side with my final thoughts. Okay, so in front of me is this article from Business Insider magazine called Millennials and Gen Xers or Gen Zers are getting swindled by the biggest scam in higher education. Pay attention, I agree totally. Here's the first quote. From the year 2000 to the year 2020 is their decades you're looking at. So, quote, over those 2 decades, the 2000s and the 2010s, the number of master's degrees awarded almost doubled. And as the number of master's students has soared, so has their share of student loan debt. Though master's students account for only 12% of all college goers, the higher price tags on their degrees mean they're burdened with 26% of all student debt. Bachelor students with federal loans owe an average of $32,000 upon graduation, which is a lot, by the way. But master students owe more than twice as much as that, $65,000. Oh my goodness. Quote, this towering debt, combined with the often modest earnings potential that many advanced degrees deliver, means that many master's programs make no financial sense. Pay attention. Despite the fancy degree, you wind up owing more without earning more. So why do so many people keep wasting their money on these worthless pieces of paper? Unquote. I know they're being mean there, but he's right. Why? I mean, if it doesn't make money, it don't make sense, people. I don't care what it is, lambskin, whatever. It don't make sense. All right, we'll keep going here. We'll keep going down here for a second. More quotes here. All right, here's another quote. Sure, people with master's degrees earn more, but on average, than those with just a bachelor's degree, but only by 18%. So they only make 18% more than 4-year degree people. So you spend all that money, twice as much, and you only make, a fifth as much more. That don't make any sense, people. Okay, here's another quote. Quote, Preston Cooper, a researcher at Foundation for Research on Equal Opportunity, all these damn big words, recently measured the return on investment of nearly 14,000 grad programs. He found plenty of evidence that medical school, law school, and dental school were worth it, and that master's degrees in computer science, engineering, and nursing tended to pay off. But he also found that 40% of master's degrees had no return at all on lifetime earnings. None, zilch. So see, people, the STEM is there. I just told you the STEM, law school is not STEM, but still, they do better than the rest of these master's degrees out here. Here's another quote. Quote, what are the most financially worthless degrees? That honor goes to masters in arts, humanities, and theology. Oh my goodness, who's out there? Who would spend that kind of money on those kind of masters? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me keep going. Cooper estimated that 85% of those degrees had negative return on investment. Did you hear that? You can make an argument about the inherent value of knowledge and, of course, and all that crap, but that's not, he didn't say crap, I did, but that's not likely to impress whatever credit agency comes knocking on your door to collect your student loan debt. Unquote. That's not something I would say right there, right? Doggone. They don't care. This world loves money, so they don't care about your passion. Sure, you get all that money in student loan debt and passion master's degrees, and they don't care. All right, let me keep going. So, quote, Cooper found that 62% of MBAs, the most popular of all master's degrees, provided no return on investment. Remember, that was over 14,000 grad programs he studied, so he knows, he got the numbers, people. Shoot. All right, so the payoff was also pretty lousy for a master's in education, the second most popular degree. And you know who's doing that, ladies? I know that's y'all. Y'all feeling good about these doggone degrees. Cooper estimated that 32% of such programs had a negative return on investment. People, why people? Why? I'm showing, this is from Business Insider. They do their homework. They got the stats here. So I'm not trying to be mean. This is true stuff. Okay, here's the next quote. Quote, students who spend years or decades servicing $70,000 in master's degree debt, often on top of their undergraduate debt, are unable to buy a home or save for retirement until later in life, if ever. One borrower I spoke with sardonically calls her student loan debt, quote unquote, my home, since she knows it will be decades before she can purchase a real estate, unquote. Did you guys get that? Are you guys doing the number? And especially, brothers and sisters together, but especially sisters out there, because you guys are one loving these degrees. Make the numbers make sense. If you're going to do it, make the money make sense. Crunch the numbers. They're showing you the numbers right now. It's not adding up. Okay, next quote. Quote, no one is forcing anyone to get a master's degree in happiness studies. Oh my goodness, not that again. Oh. Tuition and fees, $17,700 for that crap. Or applied positive psychology. What? Applied positive psychology? Oh my goodness. That's almost $72,000 for that one. $72,000 for applied positive psychology. Who's paying? Oh my god. Okay. Or conflict resolution, the one I mentioned earlier. $80,000 for conflict resolution. Are you kidding me? Let me finish the quote here. Quote, if students want to get a degree that will leave them deep in debt and unable to save for retirement, who's going to stop them? The heart wants what the heart wants. See, that's that passion crap. See, that's not me just saying it. They're saying it now. The heart wants what the heart wants, and no amount of cold, hard data will change that for many people, as Cooper's own doctorate in economics from George Mason University, return on investment, negative $440,000 demonstrate. Let me say that again. So the guy who did this article, he said himself, he ran the numbers on his own degree at George Mason University, a very expensive school. He had an economics doctorate from there that cost him almost $500,000. And he says that was a waste of money. Pay attention, people, pay attention. All right, next quote. The increasing credentialization of work is another major driver of the master's degree industrial complex. I like that word. He's exactly right. As the University of Michigan professor Charles Davis calls it. Let me say that again. Master's degree industrial complex. That's exactly what it is. Master's degree industrial complex. Quote, jobs that once upon a time didn't require a college degree now do. And jobs that once asked for just a bachelor's degree now want a doggone master's degree. He didn't say doggone, by the way. Davis puts the onus squarely on what he calls the mutually beneficial relationship between industry and higher education, in which corporate America demands credentials that universities are happy to provide to get that money, of course. All right, continuing. Some master's programs, such as nursing or engineering, provide targeted training that employers want and legitimately need. Notice, let me say that again. I want you guys to hear that in the back. Some master's programs, such as nursing or engineering, provide targeted training that employers want and legitimately need. Once again, this is STEM, right? But to work in a college admissions office and earn only a doggone $48,000 a year, do you really need a master's degree in student affairs? Oh my goodness. Do people really major in student affairs? Oh my goodness. Y'all just want to be poor. Let me finish. Unless the classes are taught by Charlie D'Amelio and Doja Cat, why would anyone or any social media manager need a master's degree in digital social media from USC? USC is a very expensive school. Don't y'all go major in something stupid over there. Let me finish. They don't, and employers know it. But in a competitive job market, we're not in one of those right now, by the way, companies ask for master's degrees simply because they can. Okay, let me finish, keep going here. The credentialization of the labor market hits black people and, on average, women of all races especially hard. 60% of grad students are women. Pay attention, sisters out there, pay attention. Advanced degrees hold out the promise of overcoming racial and gender discrimination in the workplace. All that dreamy fiction crap right there. Get a master's degree, they think, and your boss will be more likely to pay you more. No, see, that's that passive aggressive stuff right there. I'm going to talk about that in separate videos. Nobody can. You had to demand that in your own voice, not some damn degree. All right, let me finish. Let me keep going. Black women, quote, black women, okay, sister, here you go. Black women caught in a bind where they face labor market discrimination after earning a bachelor's degree frequently feel that their primary option to get any economic stability, stability is to earn a graduate degree, says Dominique Baker. She's right here at SMU, by the way, here in Dallas, told this guy. So Dominique Baker, if you hear this video, if you see this video, holla. Let's talk about it. Quote, this is what Dominique Baker at SMU said. Quote, institutions are then able to saddle these students with debt on promise of a better future. Unquote. Sisters. Y'all got to listen to me more. I mean, seriously. You guys are going into debt for this pie in the sky dream crap. We got to change that because you guys are in last place with median income. So we got to turn y'all around to make all of us better. Let me keep going. Master's degrees are big business. Over the past decade, colleges and universities have created more than 9,000 new master's programs. Oh my goodness, they're just ripping y'all off. And revenue is often a major driver. University administrators are not shy about saying as much, even at Ivy League institutions. Last year, a vice provost at Columbia University responded to a story about a film school student, oh my goodness, who graduated with $360,000 in debt, dang, by arguing that master's degrees can and should be a revenue source that subsidize other parts of the university. Did you guys hear that? So they put you in debt so they can pay for other stupid parts of the university that ain't making no money. Quote, this from a university whose $14 billion endowment grew by nearly $8.5 million a day last year, unquote. Guess who paid most of that? Sisters out there, women out there. That's y'all's money. y'all just making them rich. Continuing, quote, the federal government also plays a major driving role behind this doggone master's degree boom because it provides colleges and universities with a powerful incentive to build graduate students. Unlike federal undergraduate loans, which are capped at $31,000, that's too high by itself, federal Grad Plus loans are virtually limitless. Oh my, they want you guys getting endless debt. That means colleges and universities can encourage students to pile on that debt with the federal government as their sugar daddy, unquote. All right, sister, they're talking to y'all. They ain't talking to men. That's y'all sugar daddy right there, Uncle Sam, the government. And y'all got to pay it back. Oh, my goodness. All right, final quote here. Talking about Gen Zers and millennials, all you younger people out there. They had to go to college and go deep into debt if they want to get a good job, unquote. And that's to keep up with their parents, of course, back because parents back in the day, their parents or grandparents, they didn't get into this financial debt like y'all are getting into now. That's which is pretty sad, actually. So anyway, I think that was the last quote. Is that the last one? Oh, I have a few more. Let me go to a few more. I'm sorry. Hang on just a second. Baby boomers accumulated 7 times the total net worth in their 30s that millennials had by the same age. So think about that. Those of you who say 30 years old, about 40 years ago, your grandparents had 7 times more than you're making now. That's how sad it is. Let me continue. Quote, graduate loans for master's programs and doctorates should be capped, and I agree, just as undergraduate loans are capped. Yes. Final quote. Companies hiring for positions that don't really require a specialized education should stop saying master's degree preferred in their job descriptions. This goes double for nonprofits who ain't got no money, we know that, which are among the worst offenders when it comes to asking for unnecessary credentials. I totally agree with that. Universities may be profiting from pointless master's degree programs, but corporate America is the one fueling the demand and condemning millions of young Americans, especially ladies, to a lifetime of financial insecurity, unquote. So as you saw, there are some dumbass majors at some of these universities, especially at the graduate program level. I know it feels good to achieve great academic success, but at what cost? Are you accumulating tens of thousands of dollars of debt just to impress yourself, your family, your friends? That's not how smart hustlers think, and you gotta be a hustler. Everything you do in school, whether trade school or a 4-year university or postgraduate program somewhere, should directly lead to money, not simply feeling good. As I said in previous videos, Look at how countries like China, India, and some in Africa approach education. It's not about feeling good, but excelling at STEM careers. STEM majors have a high chance at not only higher paying careers, but also becoming the foundation of your business, if you want one. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help keep this channel growing so that no more of our people end up in low-income careers. Please, people, pay attention. We are in last place when it comes to median incomes. If we were a sports team, and if you were a head coach of that team, how would you switch things up to help us become number one? If I were the head coach, I'd fire most of us. I'd cut us all. Cut your contracts from picking majors. I'd just keep you from picking any more majors because we clearly suck at picking the right jobs. And we pick them sometimes to feel good or because your cousin is making money doing hair or whatever it is, barber, whatever it is he's doing. We are in an economic war, so we have to choose STEM weapons to compete. Let's make sure our young people entering college are equipped with this knowledge. In upcoming videos, I will launch a Nightmares and Career Choices mini-series where I will frighten you to death with the outcomes of dumb majors that many people think are fun or passionate. I'm going to go real detail about when you choose the wrong majors, it gets ugly. I mean, trap house ugly. You end up in trap houses. Anyway, until the next video, brothers and sisters, take care.